If you're a condo owner in Florida or even thinking about becoming one, you're going to want to listen up because things are getting pretty intense. So let's set the scene. Remember the tragic Champlain Towers South collapse back in 2021 in Surfside, Florida? That event was a real eye-opener about the dangers of older buildings. We tragically lost 98 lives in that event, and it brought to light serious issues like water damage and corroded steel. For condo owners, especially those on the stunning Emerald Coast, this was a major wake-up call. Florida's response? New laws mandating condos, particularly those near the ocean, to undergo a structural integrity reserve study every 25 to 30 years. It's a necessary step for sure, but it's not cheap for condo boards and homeowners. According to information provided by the Bay County Property Appraiser's Office, there are almost 390 active condos in Bay County. That's just Bay County alone, Panama City Beach area, split between high-rises, low-rises, and townhomes that were converted into condos. About 135 of these are high-rises, which boast 5 or more stories that were built between 1965 and 2020. Almost 20 are as old or older than the Champlain Towers South. Champlain Towers South was constructed in 1981. The 2 oldest high-rises in Bay County are Fontainebleau Terrace, built in 1965, and Gulf Gate, built in 1973. It should be noted that at least 50 local high-rises weathered Hurricane Opal, a Category 4 hurricane that made landfall in October 1995, and Hurricane Michael, a Category 5 hurricane that devastated the area back in October 2018. Fast forward to the financial situation for condo owners on the Emerald Coast. From 2025, there's going to be a new reserve fund for major repairs. We're talking serious money here, folks. This, coupled with climbing insurance rates, is painting a pretty grim picture for condo owners here in our area. The impact? Sky-high assessments and HOA fees, doubling or even tripling. This could push some owners to the brink, financially speaking. We might even see a surge in condo sales as owners try to escape these mounting costs. The condo market's future on the Emerald Coast? It's anyone's guess at this point. Now, about investors. Many are shying away from the older buildings. They're worried about the hefty assessments and the potential for buildings getting red tagged. In fact, I had a conversation with a condo owner last week that has already sold off all of his units in his older buildings, and he expects a full-on collapse by the condo market in 2024. Now, his assessment was especially bleak, as it was his opinion that some of the buildings would be red tagged and they would need to be torn down. Could this happen? Absolutely. I personally don't believe it will get that bad. I do see a big dip that will create a buying opportunity for savvy investors as we continue to see fallout from the inspections. Hey, if you like the kind of content we're producing on this page, please don't forget to subscribe and like this. And if you have any questions about real estate on the Emerald Coast, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. My number is 901-230-0865, or you can reach me at john@rubyredmedia.com. There was this fantastic video produced last month by Palm Beach's Paul. I'll put the link right up here in the box. He did a great job explaining in detail about what some of these issues will create for current condo owners. Just as interesting as some of Paul's thoughts in the video were the comments that people left in his feed, including at Tim Markle 8674. Not an engineer, but as a demo guy in Florida, I've demolished my share of structures that were too far gone to be replaced, so the homeowners decided to demo and build new. With experience, I've learned a few things along the way, is identifying cracks in the concrete, no matter how small, and fixing them ASAP. Cracks allow water and air intrusion, which causes the rebar to rust. As it rusts, it expands and the concrete spalls. Some of you have probably seen chunks of concrete come off a column or elevated slab, leaving behind a brown rusted rod. If the engineer sees that, and he will, get ready to open your wallet. If your building is really bad, the engineer will report it to the city, after which time your building can be condemned and you may have to move out for the duration of the repairs at your own cost. Ouch. Remember, a good engineer will always err on the side of caution, so you can figure that his survey may call for a bit of additional reinforcement here and there, just to be sure, and that's added cost. And honestly, you can't blame him. At the end of the day, it's his word that your building is safe to be occupied. Concrete restoration is big business in Florida, and they are overwhelmed with limited hiring options and rising costs. It's extremely labor-intensive work, so you end up having to pay very high prices. It's good to make a habit of paying attention to all the aspects of your building, even if you're not a pro. You can see when something is out of place, and you can report it to your board members. A small crack is cheaper to fix than a bigger crack. Many condo owners I've talked to feel that for far too long the HOAs have been kicking the bucket down the road. Sad fact of the matter is many condo owners might finally have to pay up for that mentality. Here's another great comment from Paul's page from @AMRice62. As a Florida condo owner, I'm very tuned into what the risks are. The condos that are going to be over their heads are multi-story, beachfront, or near with historically delayed repairs. Now they are in for over $100,000 to pay for assessments now to bring them up to code. My advice to all potential condo owners: check financials before buying. Reserves are going to give you a very good idea of impending assessments. All condo owners need to attend HOA meetings, read the yearly proposed budget before it's voted on, and be actively involved. Hope this point of view helps someone. Yes, thank you. It did very much. I would also recommend get a good realtor. It's imperative as an investor you know the history of a condo before buying. There are properties here that are incredibly well built, and there are others for a multitude of reasons I would personally steer away from. If you'd like to hear more about the condos we feel are in the best shape, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. My number is 901-230-0865, or you can reach me at john@rubyredmedia.com. Me and my family absolutely love it here, and we love to help other folks finding their perfect homes and investment properties. Click the video right here for a rundown on the pros and cons of investing and living on the Emerald Coast. We'll see you next time.